Hi, I'm Adan.
Hi, I'm Noah.
I'm Ramon.
And I'm Adam.
Together we're GratitudeTX.
You're listening to
Rude Christian Radio.
Heck yeah. GratitudeTX was formed out of a ministry called Thy Kingdom Come that Adam ran with his brother for 13 plus years.
And Miriam.
And Miriam, the original.
Jason Houlihan, David Pilati.
And we formed from doing TKC, which we formed into GratitudeTX.
I'm Adam. I play bass and do secondary vocals in the band. I do a lot of stuff.
I'm Ramon. I play guitar. I do third dairy vocals. I play guitar and I bark in the mic.
He goes, woof, woof.
My name is Noah. I'm lead vocals and do a lot of administrative work for GratitudeTX.
And my name's Adan. I play drums for GratitudeTX.
It actually took quite a while. Oddly enough, with COVID happening, it actually gave us the time to perfect our music and our set together.
Yeah.
Don joined the band about late last year. And
We went through a few drummers.
Yeah, quite a bit, but it kind of brought the secret sauce.
Solidity.
There you go. So it brought it all together, and it took us a good 3.5 years to really bring out, the best of us. And now we're running with it.
So another thing that really, brings together a lot of what we do. Some of it's a lot of practice, and some of it is a lot of OJT. We're doing 2, 3, 4 shows a month. We put in the work. We get out of town. We get out of state. We're a working band, and we bring that energy. We bring that mindset of who we are, that aggressive worship. So a lot of it's just in the mindset of what we do. The thing that I tell everybody is we give everything 100% of what we've got. And that's really what the key is everybody's concept of what 100% is different. And we just sort of set the bar for what we consider to be 100%.
So it's weird. We're a mixture of all. Adam's the punk.
I went to this church called Rise Above Ministries in town with Skip Brooks and Basilio, who's here now. And they got me into X Looking for an X, Mortal Treason, Man of Sorrows, OCD, The Hallowed, a bunch of Christian punk and hardcore bands. And from there, my brother, who's been in Christian ministry for as long as I can remember, got me into other bands like The Chariot and Norma Jean and all these bands. But I've always been a punk. I've always liked MXPX and Officer Negative. One of my favorite songs is JCHG. It's on my arm. Living for Christ is what we do, That's just who I am. That's what I do for the band. I get those punky bass lines. I move like I'm a punk, I guess. I don't know.
He's definitely a punk.
I've always moved. Like ever since I was in Miriam, I never stopped moving. I might not play the chords right.
It's all about the passion. It's all about the passion. So I'm actually all about. I didn't play hardcore music at all before I joined this hardcore band, but I was without a band. And actually, Adam asked me to play guitar. I'm originally a bass player. So, and I was just like, I just want to jam. Let's do it. I actually was saved when I was 21. I'm almost 30 now. But a lot of bands, like one of the biggest bands I would have to say would be Darkness Divided from San Antonio, Texas. They were one of my big, outlets. I'm really the Christian faith scene, but then I was like going back from I was real heavy into like Issues. Of course, the old Devil Wears Prada. And the new stuff is okay. I was that metalcore, post-hardcore outfit and look, and then I came to here and I had to like completely switched around, and it worked out. And so now 4 years, almost 5 years down the line, we're still doing the dang thing.
The root of all this for me is really just not finding a place to fit in. I grew up in a Southern Baptist church, and I always had trouble finding a place to fit in. One of our original guitarists' name was Stephen Othman, and I credit him with this quote. It's hardcore for anyone, but it's not for everyone. And it's something that I can identify with. The aggression, the message, the straightforwardness. I guess you could say it's a personality trait. Inspirations, what bands was I listening to? Josh Scoggin, he was originally a lead vocalist of a band called The Chariot. So you just go to YouTube and you look up all the Chariot videos, and basically I base my stage presence I don't have them on right now, but I had my Beartooth slides on earlier.
Saw that earlier.
One of my other, I guess you could call heroes, would be like Caleb Shoma from Beartooth. Just bringing that like jumpy energy, keeping the liveliness. Other bands that I grew up on for today, My Children, My Bride, A Plea for Purging. I started off with Demon Hunter. I progressed on Mouth of the South. I listen to a lot of hip hop too, like Young Dolph, Juicy J. That's not something you'll hear from a lot of the guys you'll interview. But those guys over there, they're like, don't wear a facade. And you know what? That's the thing about me that you'll find is I ain't got no facade. What you see is what you get. And that's something that inspired me. You add anything?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not part of what these guys do necessarily. I'm like a hired gun, I guess. But I appreciate their work ethic and that they grind. You know what I mean? Like they've never stopped, and to the point where it has to come out of money has to come out of pocket for travel, place to stay, for you know what I mean? They're very willing to do what it takes. So that's how I got on board with them. You know what I mean?
Really appreciate about
that's what I appreciated about them to make me want to take the gig. Influences, I guess. I don't know. I listen to like
Zombie King.
I listen to like
Sugar Blast Blast.
yeah. They're throwing cracks at me because I'm in like 7 other bands.
This is basically Corpus Christi's premier drummer.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, Corpus. Present.
Yeah, that's it. They're my guys. I love them, man.
Even bands that aren't playing right now.
Yes, any band.
Okay.
Bring.
The Chariot, ongoing concept, probably the Color Morale and Sleeping Giant. I mean, I think we would fit really well with them. We have already played with Close Your Eyes, so that's already on the table. So
Me, I'm gonna be not basic, but like, come on, who wouldn't want to open up for Metallica? And so growing up, I wasn't much of a Christian, or I was raised Catholic growing up, and what really got me into thrash music was Metallica, old style Metallica. I was in a Metallica tribute band, and I mean those guys are getting old, but who wouldn't want to open up for Metallica? We played lots of crazy shows where we're the heaviest band, and even though they're heavier than us in some ways, I mean it'd just be an awesome clash of metal. So so Metallica would be my top number one.
All right, so you guys have given me some time to think about this, and so y'all have rattled off the answers. Chariot would be rad. Virtue, they're a hardcore band in Austin, Texas. I'm just gonna give them a shout out. I'm just gonna do like the Texas love here. No Suffer from El Paso. Barbarian would be rad to have. Lowball.
Mm-hmm.
Snake Father.
Yeah,
I gotta get that Snake Father plug. Slow Pulse. Those would be rad. As far as like big bands, I mean, it'd be rad to open up for Memphis Mayfire. He's talking about being basic. I can be basic too. Memphis Mayfire, Beartooth, of course. Mouth of the South would be rad. Don, do you have a dream setup?
Yeah, I feel like with the I feel like with the energy, I feel we probably complement like Every Time I Die.
Ooh.
We open
Okay.
up for every Time I Die we have that like, kind of chaotic like stage presence, you know what I mean? Or like Let Live or Fever 333.
Mm-hmm.
I think those would be cool lineups for us to be on.
I did miss one, and I feel really bad. Take It Back, because we used to play their song at the church. Take It Back is a old school hardcore band we played Lights in This Town by, and they would be awesome to play with.
So what I say right now that we recorded 2 new songs. We're in the process of recording a music video for one, and it's definitely a switch. Not a switch, it's a change up in what we're used to doing, and it's just a different side of Gratitude that we haven't done yet. And it's really to open up our market to people who may not necessarily listen to hardcore. And I'm not saying it's going to be a soft song, but we have that hardcore, the heaviness, and we just got something that's a little out of our comfort zone. So we got a big surprise there, and then there's also more.
We have a run coming up. We have a lot of upcoming shows. I don't know when this is going to get posted, but
I'll let you guys know.
like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month, 2 months.
I'm gonna try to work on it as soon as I can.
Rad. All right, so In July, we have a weekend where we're going to be going to Springfield, Missouri. We're going to be playing at a festival called Chained Unchained Fest, it's a 2-day festival. Convictions is going to be headlining Saturday. We'll be opening Saturday. After that, we'll be slamming down to Jacksonville, Florida. We're going to open up at a venue called Rain Dogs in Jacksonville, Florida. Later on that month, actually the very next weekend, we're going to play in Victoria, Texas for a band called Heavy Hitters. And we'll play in Rich's Billiards in Corpus Christi. It's basically be the same lineup plus a few other very, very heavy, aggressive, ferocious bands. So that's going to be very exciting. From there, we have a festival coming up in Haltom City, August 17th. It's going to be called Bacon Fest. There was this kid, side note here, there's this kid that went viral at So What Fest last year for slam dancing. They call him like Young Slam Dance. That's not his total Instagram handle, but he's promoting this show along with a boy that was dressed up as a bacon strip at So What Fest, and it's going to be called Bacon Fest. So from there, also, earlier in August, we're going to be doing a show at a record store in San Antonio. Is it like August 9th?
August 5th.
August 5th, yeah. August 5th, record store, San Antonio. We'll come out with more details with that. September, we're working on some shows, but confirmed for sure, we have a show in Brooklyn booked. And for anybody listening to this, we're looking for some connecting shows to Brooklyn from Texas. So DM us on GratitudeTX Christ Core on Instagram or on our Facebook. But anyways, really excited to be opening up for Rake Fire, Diamonds to Dust. Be coming along with some guys from El Paso called Seventh Eve. And from there, that's kind of our outlook so far.
I also like to put in there that along with the 2 singles that are coming, we do plan on returning and finishing our 3rd EP by the name of Reap and Sow. We don't have an exact release date, but that will be our 3rd EP, and based on these 2 singles is depending on the direction we're going with the rest of that EP. You can find us on Facebook, GratitudeTX, and on Instagram,
GratitudeTX Christ Core. That's also our handle on TikTok. We're on all of the streaming platforms: Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, Napster, Bandcamp, Tidal, LimeWire, Amazon Music, Google Music, Pirate Bay, Kazaa. You name it, we're there. If you like putting on Snapchat stories, you can find our music on Snapchat as well. We're not on Twitter. Don't find us there.
Yeah.
If you see GratitudeTX Christ Core on Twitter, it's not us.
It's not us.
It's an imposter.
We don't do Twitter. We don't tweet.
No tweet?
No, we
Not
growl.
as of now.
not yet.
All right, well, thank you.
Thanks for having us. Thank you for watching and finding us out.
Let's go. God bless.